I own a lot of high-end and niche fragrances in my collection, but Clive Christian is probably the most expensive ones that I own.
It has some dark grapes in the heart, but it's definitely like a rich, yummy, delicious fragrance.
What a bottle like that, Ron?
$5.50.
Okay. And I'm here to tell you in which order that I think they're worth it, or are they worth it. So stick around, let's get it. Hello guys, welcome back. I'm Max. If you're new to the channel, I do hundreds of videos of fragrance reviews. If this is your first time checking me out, come back and see me from all kinds, whether expensive, cheap, or whatever. I'm just here to make you smell good. But today we're gonna go over the brand of Clive Christian, and I'm gonna tell you the ones that I've owned, and these are the ones that I think are worth purchasing. Now I will give you two honorable mentions. The first one will be Sea Woody Leather. Now I love that fragrance, but the thing about it smells too close to Tuscan leather from Tom Ford, and I own Tuscan leather. But if I didn't own Tuscan leather, I would own this before I own Tuscan leather because it's more smoother. It just smells better. It smells like it's higher quality and it's more rounded out. It's not as harsh and as loud, but it's a very smooth fragrance. But I don't have that, and I won't get it because I do own Tuscan leather. The other one would be Blonde Amber. Now when I smelled this, I fell in love with it. But at the time, I haven't found a price that's right for me. As far as the price that discounters want, I'm just not willing to pay it for it yet, but I definitely will add it in my collection. And if I had it, it probably would run in second place in this collection. But the ones I do own, we're gonna start from the fifth best and we're gonna go to the first. But the fifth best to me is definitely Amberwood. Now the thing about this fragrance is, the opening is very, very smooth, but once it hit that base of angelica seed, it just turned the fragrance a little bit more rooty, a little bit more spicy, to where it kind of dropped the total smell to it, but it's still a good smelling fragrance. But the only reason that this comes in number 5 because the performance. I'm not saying it performs bad, it's just that on my skin, after about 45 minutes, I stopped smelling it. And like I said, the opening is very, very smooth. It started off with like this really smooth tobacco note. You also get hints of tonka. They're giving it like a chocolate feel. You get hints of sages in the heart that making it spicy, green. Then once it reaches that angelica seed, that's when it becomes a little bit less smoother. It make it more herbal, more earthy, and more rooty. It also become a little bit more warm, a little bit more spicy. This is woody, it's herbal, it's spicy, and it's sweet. All in all, this is the only one that I was kind of contemplating on getting it again, only because the performance. I haven't tested it yet, but I will do a test on it to see do people still smell it after a certain amount of time, see what they think about it. Lovely fragrance, and that is Amberwood at number 5. Now this is the next one. I was kind of contemplating on which one was number 3 and which one was number 4, but I kind of put this one at number 4 because it's a little bit less crowd pleasing, although it smells good. But the fragrance that's coming up in the number 4 spot is Papyrus. Opening it up, the first thing you're gonna get is that gabalum note that make it green, woody, and balsamic. You're also gonna get some pink pepper, making it resinous, making it a rosy sweetness. When it reaches the heart, that's when that lavender comes up. Now the lavender in this plays a minor role in the fragrance because it's not loud, it sits in the background, and you get that nice, fresh, green, spicy basil coming up next. Papyrus round this off in the base, making it dry, woody, and rich, also smoky, and then you get hints of vetiver, which makes it spicy, green fougere. It's not like your classic barbershop fragrance, but it is in fougere, but it's a nice smelling fougere, and that's Papyrus, coming in at number 4. The fragrance coming up in number 3, I actually wore this back-to-back days, and back-to-back I received compliments twice. So this is why I hit the number 3 spot instead of the number 4 spot. And the fragrance I'm talking about is Crab Apple Blossom. Now this is a fragrance, it does have a lot of similarities to Virgin Olive Water from Creed, but to me this is more masculine while that is more unisex. And what set this apart, this is more woody while that being more boozy, although this is boozy too, while that is more tropical. Now starting this off, you get the apple blossom and you get that bergamot. You get citruses of the bergamot, and the apple blossom make it sweet and floral. The booziness of the mojito comes up next when virgin olive water is more of a rum note. You're getting that green rhubarb that's making it fresh and tangy. And you also get that driftwood in the base that's making it warm, musky, and salty. The end result is boozy, it's green, it's woody, it's fruity, and it's fresh. A very lovely gem that will get you compliments. Matter of fact, I think this one will get you more compliments than all the ones in this list because it's more crowd pleasing. But a very lovely fragrance. If you don't own virgin olive water, to me this will smell better and more masculine in my opinion. And that is crabapple blossom. Now coming in at number 2, and this is a real love for me because it's just a different take on being masculine fragrance, and that is S masculine. And I was very surprised, and this and the Papyrus are the only one that I blind bought because I didn't remember smelling them in the boutique. And it's probably one of the cheaper ones too that you can find. But you're gonna have to love masculine fragrances to like it. Now the first thing you get is this lovely green cardamom. You get hints of ginger, making it spicy. And you get a woody sweetness from the pink pepper. When it reaches the heart, you get this very powdery cinnamon, almost realistic cinnamon, more like a powdery spice. And you're gonna get that rooty orris that's making it very rooty. Now the powderiness could be coming from that orris, but I think it's more of that cinnamon spice. Tree moss comes in the base, making it woody and earthy. And the final composition is spicy, green, woody, lightly powdery, and very masculine. And to me, a very nice gem from the house. And that is Clive Christian X. And coming in at the number 1 spot, and I know a lot of people rave about Blonde Amber, but to me, I smell both of them side by side. This one kicked Blonde Amber to the side. And like I said, if I owned Blonde Amber, it would come in the number 2 spot, ahead of Clive Christian X, but it won't come before this one. And the one I'm talking about is Jump Up and Kiss Me. Man, if you can just sit here and smell this off paper, off skin, it smells so good. At the top, you're gonna get this very natural smelling black cherry note. That smells good. You get some light touches of sage coming up, adding some green spice. You're also gonna get this mate note that make it very herbaceous. So think about the top. You're getting the fruity sweetness of black cherry. You're getting a lightly green spice of that sage. And you're getting that mate note that make it very herbaceous. So it's very well balanced. In the heart, you get that wormwood that making it herbal, slightly bitter. And it also brings like a touch of anise. The tobacco plays a minor role in the base, and it's a very smooth tobacco. Now this is sweet while being bitter. It's fruity while being herbaceous. It's woody and it's spicy. So you can imagine the combination of this that make it very sexy, very well blended. And this is my favorite from the line, and that is Jump Up and Kiss Me. It was some more from the line that I can't remember what it smelled like. I know they smelled good. So I got to go back and smell Rock Rose and a couple more. But those are the ones I thought were worth it and I did purchase. And there's some more that I will consider purchasing in the future. I just have to go back and make sure those are the ones that I want. But I'm Max. If you like what you've seen and enjoyed it, please like, comment, subscribe. Come back and see me. I will see you soon. Peace.